안녕하세요 여러분. 저는 Brenda입니다.
Barbara입니다.
So there's something we need to tell you guys that we're not really sure if you already knew yet.
Yeah,
We're black. Reiterate things, you guys. We're black, okay? And we're in Korea. So, before coming here, we were really curious as to how they'll treat foreigners in Korea, but more especially black foreigners. So today, we're basically just gonna talk to you guys about our experiences that we've had here in Korea, both good and the bad. The good, bad, and the ugly. Yes. I want to make this really clear to you guys. Honestly, the majority of our experiences here have been positive.
Yeah.
More so me than Brenda.
Yeah.
But overall, I would say definitely come to Korea. Like, it's an awesome place to go to. So we're just gonna mix the pros and cons, the positive and the negatives together, okay? The very first thing we want to mention is actually a negative one, and it's staring. People literally will break their necks to see. Yeah, they're like, oh, I see you. Follow you as you go all the way, just wherever you're going. They will stare at you. But I'd heard before coming here that they would stare all the time. But honestly, I haven't gotten as many stares as I thought there would be. Sometimes I'll just be walking and my eyes are waiting for someone to look at me. I'm funny. I'm already I'm expecting it to happen. I'm already waiting. And it didn't happen as much as I thought. Yeah. But it also depends on where you're at. If you're in Itaewon, bro, you barely look. There's lots of foreigners there, so there it's less. But here in Suwon, it depends also in the generation. Yeah. Because older people, they don't give a blank. They don't give a. They'll be like, I kid you not. We will cross. Yeah, 거기 외국인 사람이에요. 아, 진짜요? But they literally I've had this happen several times. I think she might have too. But even people when they're driving by, I'm at a stopwalk, the crosswalk, and waiting for the light to turn, and people will literally lower their windows. In my first month of being here, maybe the second week or something, I was with a group of foreigners, and this guy literally stopped his car in the middle of the street, leans out his window, scrolls his window down, and leans out and takes a video of us as we're walking by. Wow. There's 12 of us foreigners. We're just wow. I would just been but I mean, it doesn't bother me. No, because some people get bothered. Sometimes the staring does get. It depends if I'm in a good mood. If I'm feeling bad, I'm annoyed with something, and then I see the extra staring going on, I'm like, it doesn't bother me at all. I know I'm again. It's because the differences in our experiences, you guys. Because there's times where I've had bad experiences, and so then just having that staring just doesn't. It's like the icing on the cake. But people will drive, they'll literally slow their cars, roll down their windows, and make eye contact, and I just stare back. I'm like, one experience in particular that happened to Bren and I. Okay, so we were on a free trip with our friends. I got this. And we went to this place in Korea called Jeollado. We went to a medical conference. This guy, when we were going around the exhibition, this ajashi, who's a photographer for the exhibit, we don't even know if he was the photographer for the exhibit. So we're guessing. We're just guessing because he was wearing a uniform or something for it. Yeah. But the second he sees our group, he's so excited, so his eyes lit up. You could see the light in his eyes. 외국인? 여기 있어요? Then immediately his camera comes out and he starts following us. And in the beginning we're oh yeah, whatever, take photos.
Okay,
just gonna take a couple photos. No. This man. Say it, Bren. Say it, Bren. This man literally followed us for the rest of our stay there. And so if we he was focused on Bren and I specifically. The most, yeah. Literally, it was so obvious. So I remember we tried to a sauna. We went into the sauna. You could see him outside the window taking pictures. And we were making this bag of herbs people put together for good health and stuff like that. And he was just go. He went in front of us, behind us. He ignored the rest of them. He ignored the others. He went straight to Bren and I. And he was Yeah, but in general, he just followed us the whole time. Eating, we were eating simple things like eating, breathing,
I was like, sure. I was
blinking.
like, okay. I was like, I'm ready.
And I was like, I'll pose. But the thing is, like, I don't really mind because, like, watch, like, what if we end up in some like magazine, something, or some like newspaper online?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice. It's nice. Whatever.
Exposure, I guess. And it shows like how much Korea is changing. Like that
they're becoming
more foreigners coming to things like medical exhibitions in the south part of Korea.
Yeah, like all the way near the
Seoul,
tip.
like 3 hours away from Seoul.
Number two, dos. They are very interested in our hair. Our hair.
Yes.
Yep. Very, very interested. Which is not a bad thing. Like, even people in the US are interested.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying this in a bad light. So it's not pro or con.
But I'm
it's
surprised that they're interested. Like, not even in a negative way. Like, they're
just
always like,
curious.
Your hair is
Yeah,
so cool.
they're always like,
Can I do that with my hair? And I'm like, first.
There's some people like, I will do that with my hair. It's like,
I was like, no, it won't.
Sure.
I mean, you can try, but it's not gonna look like this.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're always like, they're like, is that real? Like, 진짜 머리가 있어요? Like,
and then they're always like, oh,
yeah.
진짜 예뻐요.
Yeah, they're like, 예뻐요.
And I'm like,
예뻐요.
I'm
And
like, okay.
yeah, and like the older ladies that it's always on the train too. A lot of times I'm on the train and the older ladies are like, I see that they're looking at me and I'm like, I feel like they're gonna talk to me, they're gonna ask me some questions, and then they do. And they're like, is that they'll say it in Korean, of course, but they're like, is that your real hair? Like, how did you do your hair and how long did it take? And 어떻게 해요? And I'm like, and here's a negative.
Yeah,
a bit of a negative.
It doesn't bother me that much in like that they're doing it, but more so in principle. That they're doing it, but some people do try to touch your hair.
There's some bold old ladies who will just, because there's times where I don't even notice it, but my friends will tell me, they're like, oh, that old lady just walked by you and she touched your hair. Like they literally will wait to walk by and then they just like do a quick feel, the copper feel, you guys. They literally copper feel. They're like, yeah, but like
never will I get this changed.
So let me touch. And like I got like
even when we were on the Cholado trip, when we were in the bathroom, these old ladies literally just touched our hair.
They just
first of all, were your hands clean? Second of all, what? But they ask and they always like. I'm honestly so surprised by how like interested they've been. Like they've been like, it's so pretty, like it looks so good. I wish I could do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, it's a natural part of my life.
It's called a protective style.
Protective styling. And, you know, we've been doing this for like
years,
12, 13 years of our life. Yeah. And the last thing, number 3, that we want to talk about is how we've interacted with Korean people here, how they have treated us. But again, I want to stress that it depends on place and on person. Because as I said, I go to Konkuk University, and I kid you not, like
she's a celebrity.
Such a positive experience. Like I don't want to say it, but I'm a celebrity there basically. Like people know me as
I'm a celebrity by association because we look the same. So when I go to her school, I'm a celebrity too. Sorry, continue.
But like they know me apparently as like the nice and funny foreigner, and like everyone wants to talk to me. Like I'm trying to say this in a way that's not like bragging.
Yeah, no,
but
I understand.
like okay, so for example, last week we had like our going away party, and they were like looking for people to come and talk, and there's like 100 students in the room, and then I kid you not, I was working on a survey, and so I tried to act like I was busy, but my friend, I knew he was gonna call me. He was like, so yeah, let's have Barbara, come on down. I was like, so then I went down, and like I went down, and my like at first I didn't really like it didn't really sit in, but like afterwards my friends were like, yeah, you know, when your name was called, like everyone in the room was so excited, like Barbara, and like clapping and stuff, and I was like, you know what, that's true. Oh, that's so cute. And like, and it's like the Korean members are doing that, the foreign members are doing that, and like even just like Korean people I've met on campus like randomly, they've been so nice to me, like, oh, what's your name? Where are you from? Oh, you speak Korean? Oh my gosh.
Sounds nice.
So now here's
passive aggressive because you want to know at my school, I think maybe it's because her school is more geared to like I don't know, like artsy or like communication stuff. But my school has mostly like, you know, scientific people, and then even the people in the international relations aren't really all that good at English. So like I've heard typically for the reason why they don't approach us foreigners just because of their English, which it shouldn't be an excuse to not interact. But in general, Koreans at my campus are quite scared to approach or talk to us foreigners because they think that they won't be able to communicate with us and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying, like, I haven't had like necessarily a bad experience, but it wasn't a good experience either on my campus. So that's why I'm usually not on my campus, or if I am, I'm in my room with my roommate.
And something I've really enjoyed about being in Korea is we're Black and we stick out. So
our melanin is different.
Our melanin
is showing. It's on fleek.
Right. So in a lot of situations, like say we're at a concert, like at Crush's concert at Brenda's campus, I kid you not, I think Crush looked
we made eye contact because I will claim it. Even if it didn't happen, we made eye contact. Like he's like, oh, Black girl.
We're some chocolate girls, chocolate skinned girls in a crowd of unmelanated. No kidding.
Unmelanated.
No, but of Asian people. So I was like, they have to have known. And when I went to Boys 24, they were like so excited to see me, like really? Black people. Yeah, like they were so excited to see foreigners there. And like when I got up there for the high touch, I was like,
so you did do the high touch.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she got to touch them. That sounds
like,
right.
And then like they were like, oh. And I was like, I can speak a little bit. I was like, and they're like, oh my gosh. And they're like so excited. One of the members is speaking in English with me. He's like, oh, I love your hair and I wish I could do that and all this stuff. And I was just like, I mean, I know like there's, you know, K-pop stars, so they are gonna
have a persona or whatever.
But you could like see they're like really like, wow, she's here. Like we're
the
not
other
well
thing,
known.
The other thing about it is that since you're Black, you're kind of also not expected to know Korean.
Yeah.
So like every time people find out that we know Korean, they're like, wow, and they're like, wow, 진짜 잘해요. And I'm like, oh, thanks, even though I'm not that good yet.
I'm really not.
But like in general, as a foreigner, they don't expect you to know much Korean. Yeah. So even with our level, people are always pretty impressed. Yeah, 잘하시네요, stuff like that. So in general, you guys, this is based on our experiences. But like, if you guys were to come to Korea, you're gonna have different experiences. The steering is probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the intensity may vary. And in general, you're gonna have a lot of positive experiences, hopefully, here in Korea. So I really do advise you guys coming here. It's a nice place to visit, like a nice place to travel to.
Yeah.
So if you get the chance, do it. Like Nike.
Come to Korea.
I'm so funny. I laugh at my own jokes.
I'm not laughing at her. Okay.
Bye. BT Dose out. BT Dose out.